Alright guys, so I'm taking a look at the Zontes 703T. Like I usually do, I'm going to start this review from the windshield. So it's got a adventure style windshield here. Now if we go down, we can see that there is this nice metal mesh here, which gives it a nice design touch. And then we go down here, we got our daytime running lights in this V-shape form. And if we go down, we can see you got your main headlight beams here, LEDs obviously, and then you got a camera here in the front to record your journeys. And down here you got auxiliary lights from factory, so you don't have to do it aftermarket. And if we look in here, there's this wide opening allowing air for the radiators for extra cooling, and the radiator itself is big in this nice curved design, so it's going to allow for some strong cooling power. And I like how they do their mud guard, so there is air inlet here, good for aerodynamics in this two-tone color material. This one is coming with Michelin Road 6 tires in tire size 120/70, rim 17 for the front, ABS obviously for the front, and then double disc brakes in the front. You got upside down Mazoka forks, Nason brake calipers, that's nice, and it all looks very nicely done, very solid. And it's got these nice decals on the wheels as well, with Zontes written on it in this blue color, giving it some Yamaha vibe. And as we go on to the left side, we can see how the fairing looks like. You got the turn signals integrated on this handguard here, and it all feels very solid. And you got your crash guards coming on the sides. You got your Zontes decals here, 703T. And as we go further down, you have some black panels here, and it makes way for the engine block, which is very similar to all the designs of all their bikes. The engine block looks similar because it's basically the same engine. And we go on here, we got electronic clutch here, and the lever itself is very solid feeling. And we go down, you got a very strong looking side stand, and we have a adventure style foot peg, very wide, and you can take the rubber off to reveal the teeth for some slight off-roading. And on the side of the tank here, there is this nice material here, which is going to help with grippiness of your riding pants. And on the side, you got the signature daytime running lights that Zontes bikes always come with. You got a nice frame, which is basically the same design as what we saw on the R versions of the bike. Pardon me, it's quite noisy here. And as we go further back, you got a rear foot peg, which has these nice teeth, and it's very tactile as well, so it feels really nice to just engage or disengage it. And here you got a controller for adjusting your rear suspension. So unlike some of the versions, this one you can adjust by moving this wheel here. That's really nice. Now let's move on to the swing arm. So it's got a very solid looking swing arm, and just like most of their bikes, the chain goes through the swing arm all the way to the sprocket on the rear. Sprocket is blacked out, looking nice. All the nuts looking of high quality, thick chain there as well. You got your chain adjustment area, and you can see some badging here, speed, Zontes Super Motorsport. And as we come to the chain guard here, you got a sticker here to explain your chain adjustment measurements. The rear tire is Michelin 180/55 rim 17 size, Michelin Road 6 tires, so it's looking good. These are one of the best motorcycle tires you can ever ask for. And as you go up here, you got a rear carrier here where you can mount a rear box. And then you got this slip here for preventing debris from flying all over the place. And if we come down here, same design for the rear turn signals reflector. And there's another camera here as well to record your ride and the safety. Your number plate placement area. And as we go to the right side, we have a muffler here. And then you have your J1 brake caliper here, single piston caliper. You got your ABS, your rear brake disc, and the frame itself is in this silver color. You got a plastic here mounted on it to prevent burns. And as we go to the right, this rear brake fluid reservoir is mounted at a place where I'm not too sure about it. With a little mistake, you can snap it off. I would have wished that they hit it somewhere a little bit to prevent it from being mistakenly snapped off. But that is the design they're going for. Maybe they have done their tests and all that. You come to the brake lever, very solid looking brake lever, but all the bolts here look of high quality, and you can adjust it for length as well. So depending on how long your feet are, you can adjust it longer. And if we go to the engine, the right side of the engine, it looks the same as the other bikes that I've looked at before. The design looks very similar because it's basically the same 703 engine. And we come to the right side, you got your right crash guards and then your nice fairing. The bikes actually look quite nicely designed. They look like they're ready for adventure. So the right side is basically the same as the left side. Now let's go on to the top of the bike. So starting from here, we already talked about this carrier area, and you can see it's a one-piece seat, and you have very nice soft seats here for the pillion, and the surface area is wide as well, and the material itself feels really good. So I believe even for long distances you're not going to be tired too early. And then you got Zontes embossed here on this material, very nice stitching. And as we go further, you got your fuel tank, and being a keyless ride bike, you got a keyless tank cap here, so you need a key in proximity before you can open it. And it's got this two-tone here, so there's blue, a mixture of blue and gray here, or silver. And if we look at the left side, we got a rear view mirror here sitting on this nice solid frame. And we look at the buttons here. Buttons are basically the same as the others, so flash to pass button, high beam, low beam. You got a dedicated button to press to unlock the seat electronically. You got cruise control plus or minus. You got your parking light here. You got a hazard button here. And then you also got your turn signal buttons. Kind of clicky, but I won't say the most tactile I've felt. You got your joystick here for controlling on the TFT screen, and then you got a horn placed here in the conventional position. And you have a clutch lever which feels quite good, which is adjustable as well with this rotor here. And as we go to the right side, you got your front brake fluid reservoir. You got your ignition button here. You got a mode selector here, and you got your headlamps, dedicated headlamps indicator button right on the top here where your fingers would be. Got a nice blacked out Nissan brake lever here, which is also adjustable by this. It is ride by wire as well, so the operation itself feels smooth and really good. And you got your curved handlebars here, and you got this big TFT screen here. Let's see if we can get the screen turned on. It unlocks, it beeps and unlocks, and you can see the buttons are all backlit as well, so even at night it's going to be easy. That is not a problem for experienced riders, but if you're a new rider, this is something that you would like very much. Backlit buttons, but the screen itself is very bright. So if I just sit on the bike, we can see a very big screen here. But I'm just wondering if all these areas are not going to allow too much wind from hitting the rider. But hey, and if we look at the screen itself, it's very legible. All the indicators are very big. You get a neutral, and it's colored as well, so it's very crisp. Even on the camera, I'm sure you can see it. Let's take a quick look. If I press the mode button here, you can see it keeps changing the mode. So depending on, you got rain here, depending on what mode you want to ride in, you just press that button there, and you got all your indicators here. You got your speedo right here, very legible. You get your rev counter here, and then you got all the tire pressure monitoring and all the other indicators here, traction control, ABS, and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of functionality on this TFT screen here, so looking very nice. Let's take a look at the daytime running lights. So like I indicated in the beginning, they light up in this V-shaped form, and then the headlamps will only turn on when the engine is running. And if we go to the rear, you can see this nice solid rear light under the pillion seat. I think it's a really nice design. What do you think? And if I press the brake lever, it lights up right underneath the daytime running lights, and it's very bright LEDs as well. Now let's take a look at the turn signal. So how it indicates in this Audi sort of slide-in pattern for the front, and just solid indication on the rear. So all looking really, really nice. And to turn the ignition off, you just press that and hold, and it's going to shut off. And you heard the clicking sound there and the beeping. That is to indicate that the bike has been shut off and the steering has been locked as well. And if we look down here, we can see USB port here, one type A and one type C charging port here. So the C is in there above, and so charging your devices while on the move is not going to be a problem.